Thank you for tuning in to another Press by Elle episode. I'm Elle, and this is.
Jusfatou,
Thank you for coming on the show.
for sure.
She's one of the youngest artists we've had the pleasure of getting to talk to, so I'm excited to see where you're headed.
I'm excited to be here and talking with y'all.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about who you are. Where do you come from?
So my name is Fatu, but I go by Jusfatou as my artist name. I grew up in the South Bronx. I was born and raised in New York. I moved out to Columbus, Ohio when I was about like 15, 16. I was like a junior in high school. Music is something that I've always loved doing. I started writing at a very young age. Like I was like 5 years old writing songs. I used to do shows with my classmates and stuff, and that's when I knew music was something I wanted to do. Like I used to be in my bedroom holding the remote, like literally singing, jumping on my bed, and like my sister was like my fake audience. I had her hyping me up in the background.
by choice, or like you make her do that?
I mean, I low key forced her, but like, it all worked out in the end because she still supports me now. But like, since I was young, it was always something that I wanted to do. So when I got into middle school and stuff like that, I was just singing and stuff. And then when I got into high school, that's when I actually started to rap because with rapping, it was like it gave me a whole new type of confidence. Like when I was on stage versus when I was singing, I was all shy and everything, and I didn't like that. So when I started rapping, I did it for fun, but like I loved how the crowd reacted to me. I was like, oh shit, like I'm about to do this for real though.
Yeah.
And then I started to write to beats and stuff, and more people kept saying you should do it more, you should do it more. So then, after I graduated high school, I went to the studio and I recorded my first song called Real One, which is out on all platforms, by the way.
I love that song. It's really good.
Thank
it's really
you.
Good, yeah.
Thank you so much. It was funny because I wrote that like really young. Like I was like 14 when I wrote that, and then I recorded it when I was like 18. Like I was like, one thing about me, I used to hold myself so much, like I used to hold myself back due to the fact that I am African, West African, and Muslim. So like some people look down upon music when you're like West African and Muslim. They don't like that. But like I realized I gotta live my truth. So
Absolutely.
yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. I congratulate you because
thank
you're
you.
young, but it seems like you've had quite the journey thus far.
For sure. And it's not gonna like end here. So.
Yeah, of course. This is just to get you started, right?
For sure.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about how life for you growing up in New York was like, because I'm sure different than Columbus. You started off singing, got into the rap game. So like, what was that transition like?
So like growing up in New York versus moving here, I'm not gonna lie, when I first moved here, I was so mad, like so mad. Like I didn't want to be here at all. But it was because, New York was like where I grew up. If it wasn't for New York, I don't even think I would be doing music because it was like certain people that I met. But like I look at it as like destiny, like certain things was meant to happen. And now that I've been here for about 2-3 years, I feel like I was meant to be here because certain people that I met here, like Annie B, Elion, QTG, shout out to
Shout
Q.
out.
Yeah, like
guys. Right.
Like I would have never like. I feel like when I was in New York, yes, I was rapping and stuff, but like I didn't really take it like as far as like I didn't take it like seriously till I got here because the support that I got in Columbus was crazy. Like I still got support in New York still now, but like the support that I got here is crazy. So it's like I don't be like, oh yeah, I'm just from New York. Fuck Columbus. I don't do that. Like I claim both because it's like I grew up in New York. New York raised me and stuff, but Columbus also is supporting me and all of that.
Helped
so shout
you
out
grow
to
too.
Yeah, for sure. So it's like that transition was crazy, and it's like knowing how I grew up versus like New York versus Columbus. I mean, it was a city. I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment, 4 kids, including myself. We all sharing a room. Somebody's renting the other room because you can't afford it. And now my mom got us a townhouse in Columbus, 3 bedrooms. Like we moving up, and it's like imagine 10 years from now. So it's like I already know we're going up. Like we came a long ass way.
Yeah,
like,
that's awesome. Sure. So now that you're in Columbus, you've made some connections. Annie B being one of them. Where do you see your career going? Like, where are you at right now? What are you working towards?
Honestly, that was something that I used to struggle with. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do at all. I knew from very young music is something that I always wanted to do. But, like, I wanted to like satisfy other people's needs. So I was like, I'm gonna just go to school for nursing. And then, like I said, last year I was like, you know what? I need to live my truth. Like, I know for sure, like, music is something that I want to do. Like, I just feel it. Like, I just feel it. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna be like some type of struggle artist out here. Like, I just feel it in my soul that I'm gonna make it. Like, I just know for a fact.
Yeah, and this is my first time getting to meet you, so it's cool to see how like professional you are and how like confident you are in your like artistry.
For
it's
sure.
Awesome to see.
And you know, with that artistry, sometimes it's more like I gotta fake it till I make it type stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I have my moments where I'm like, does this sound good? I go to my boyfriend and be like, does this sound good? And then I'm just like, oh my gosh, this does not sound good. But then it's just me overthinking. So it's like I have my insecure moments where it's like my music don't, like, I feel like my music is not the best. There's moments where I tell myself maybe this is not for me, like this don't sound good. But then it's like other moments where people push me, like my sister, my friends, like my close people always just like pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. And it's like, if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for the people that I have in my life at this very moment right now, I don't think I would be right here right now. So it's just like, like, I thank the people because it's because of them, honestly. Because me, I doubt myself a lot, and that's like a habit that I have, which is bad.
Same.
Yeah.
I think like even with me being on camera now, like I've been in the gym like hard, okay? So it's always been like a conscious thing. Like I don't like the way I'm on camera, but I know I'm good at this, you know, and it's about just having that confidence to be like, no, this is what I'm meant to do, and I'm going to do it.
For sure.
Yeah. So talk about your latest project what was the latest release?
What I Said, I recorded that at Empire Studios. So shout out to Nardos, because Nardos is she's one of the producers that I always go to, and like she be mixing my songs like crazy. Like she definitely helped me with this music stuff as well. So What I Said, I went to the studio. I was like, I can't find a beat for this song that I just wrote, because sometimes I just write and I don't write it to a beat. I just write. So I was like, if I don't find a good beat to this song, I'm just like, F it. And then we found a beat. I went into the booth, and it was like literally under 20 minutes. I was done. Like, I recorded everything. So it was like, What I Said was basically just me talking my shit, basically. Like, that's what it was, just me talking.
I said what I said.
Yeah, like, I said what I said, and I meant what I said. You know what I mean? It was also because, like, some of my songs that are about to pop out, because I have more songs where I'm, like, talking my shit for real. It's because growing up, people always looked at me as, like, a weak link. So it's just like rapping is a way for me to like express myself, to show you like, no, like stop treating me like that. Like, I know when I was in school, I was always looked at as like the nice girl, the quiet girl. That's because I'm reserved. Like, that's how my mother raised me. So I can't help but be like that sometimes. But like with rapping, it's like my ego. Like it's like my ego. Like just like how Nicki Minaj has like her little ego stuff, I have my ego stuff too. So that's rapping. So What I Said, the song that I just dropped, by the way, out on all platforms, by the way. So I just had to put that out there.
Plug.
It's just me talking my shit and letting people know that I got more to come. So don't sleep on me. So yeah.
I like it. You're headed in a good direction.
Thank you.
Do you have any music videos out?
I don't have any music videos out right now, but I'm definitely working on some music videos. So stay tuned, because like this summer I got like a couple music videos that are coming out ASAP.
Awesome. So about the videos, I see you are on YouTube. Do you do that still consistently?
Like the YouTube channel thing?
Yeah, your YouTube channel, because I saw you doing your facials and stuff. And
oh my gosh, this is embarrassing.
No?
No. Because I started doing youth. It's funny how you said that, because
let's talk about it.
I was in high school when I started my YouTube channel. And like people would come to me like, Fatou, I saw your YouTube. And then they would just play my video out of nowhere. And I would just sit there so embarrassed. And like all you hear is my intro playing in the background. But like I started YouTube because it was like, I'm a very personality person. If you go and follow me on Instagram at Jusfatou, JUSFATOU, by the way. I need to stop. But like on Instagram, I'm very talkative. I actually wanted to start my own podcast because I like debates and stuff. Like if I wasn't doing music, I would be some like type of like lawyer, I think, because I just love debates or like something less similar to that.
Get your point across.
Yeah, like I love.
said what I said.
Yeah, basically, I said what I said. Like I love talking about a lot of stuff, like whether it's political, whether it has to do with like music stuff. I just love talking about it. So YouTube, I just sit down with people and just talk to them, and I love that. I just haven't had the chance to do that because I got like 2 jobs, so it's just like back and forth and like that. But like YouTube, I'm still gonna continue that for sure. Like it's not gonna stop here.
Awesome. Well, not to take it too far off course, but while it's fresh in my mind, because I know that you said you're Muslim too, and with you like talking about political stuff, do you have any sort of feeling towards everything going on in Palestine right now?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was looking at the pictures and it's like I feel so bad because I know there's literally nothing that I can do to help these children. Like I was just looking at a picture yesterday and it was like a guy in the military uniform pointing a gun at a child, and I just thought about my 5-year-old brother, and I was like, if I seen someone do something like that to him, I would go crazy. Like it's just so inhumane, and the fact that a lot of people are not really speaking about it. Like as far as when I say a lot of people are not speaking about it, I mean like the news and stuff, like the government and stuff are not really doing nothing about it. Like this right here is inhumane, and it's just really a sad situation. But like I don't know, like it's like I feel so bad, but it makes me feel I feel worse because I know I can't do nothing, like literally nothing. Right. All I could do is just post on my story and hopefully like hoping that the government will eventually take notice and do something.
Right. That and pray.
Right? Definitely pray.
I was gonna ask you something, but I forgot.
No, you're fine.
So talk a little bit about how you balance, of course, being like Muslim and like your music and stuff like that too, because it can be hard.
It is really hard, really. Like with that, with me, I'm the type of person, we all argue with our parents, you know what I mean? We all argue with our mom. Your daughters argue with their moms and stuff like that. But no matter how many times I argue with my mother, one thing for sure, I love my mother and I would always want her to accept me. So it was like growing up, I was like, you know what? If not doing music is what's going to get her to accept me, then that's what I'm going to do. But then it's like one day she's not going to be here. And then when she's not here, I'm going to just look at my life, look back and be like, wow, I really didn't do nothing. Like, I never did anything that I love. So, like, me being Muslim, I feel like low-key, people are looking up to me, sort of, because I've had a lot of conversations with my other, like, girls who are also Muslim. And I'm like, am I the only one that feels this way? That sometimes we have to live a certain way so our parents can be happy because of their religious ways. And then there was like, no, we feel the same way like you, but people don't really talk about it. And I feel like me being in the spotlight, I could be the voice for some of those people and stuff. So it's like, it's definitely a hard transition and stuff. Like, I'm trying to ease my mom into it. But I know for sure, like, if it wasn't for the religious stuff, she would be 100% supportive. Because my mom, she's the GOAT, so for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk about back to your music. What is your, like, main objective or the message behind your music? What are you trying to get out?
So, like, the main objective of my music is just to bring confidence to people, because like I said, music is something that makes me confident. So when people hear my music, I want them to relate to it. Like, I got 3 songs out right now. It's like 2 of them are like heartbreak songs. I didn't even go through anything. I just made that because that's what people was going through. So I made that so they could relate to it. And then I did a love song. I have no boyfriend. I wrote a love song so people could.
Wait, you've never had a boyfriend?
No, like I have one now. But when I wrote that song, I ain't never had a boyfriend. Never had a boyfriend. And like, I was like, I'm still gonna do this song. And people thought I wrote it about somebody. I'm like, no, I didn't write it about nobody. Like, I'm just sitting here watching Disney Channel, writing it based off that. That's all it was.
Based off the Lion King.
Yeah. So it's like I write my music so people could relate to it. And then like certain songs, like What I Said, it's like that's me, like just like I said, talking my shit, trying to be confident. But I know if somebody else listens to it, they're like, hey, A, and like they're being confident too. And it's like when I see other people happy with my music, or when people text me be like, yo, I love this song made me cry. It's like a whole different level when people like people could like a song, but when people actually like really listen to the lyrics and feel a song, it's like a whole different type of feeling. So
Yeah.
I love that.
So, how do you find like your niche in the industry?
Like niche as far as like looks.
I mean that too, but like, cause you went from singing to rapping too,
Uh,
so like your specific
Honestly,
style.
I don't even call myself a rapper anymore. Like, I mean, I am, but like at the same time, I have like some singing songs. So like, I like to call myself an artist in a way. But I mean, you can still call me a rapper too. But I like to say artist because rapping is not the only single, like it's not the only thing that I do. Like I do other types of music. Like there's a lot of like artists that inspires me. So it's not just rap. Like I don't want to be put in like a bubble or anything
Yeah.
like that. So I just want to be looked at as an artist that makes music. Because music, I always loved music. I listen to all types of music. It's not just rap. Like growing up, like most people, they will come at me and be like, "You didn't hear these people growing up?" I was like, "No." Like I lived in an African household. Of course, I didn't listen to these people. Like, no. So I grew up listening to pop actually. So it's crazy how I rap now. I would have never imagined me rapping like ever. Like I grew up listening to pop because I used to watch Disney and stuff like that. But my mom wasn't huge on listening to like music and stuff. And if it was music, it was African music. And then when I got into middle school and high school, that's when I fell in love with hip hop. So,
Okay.
so it's just like I don't want to be put in a bubble. I love all types of music as long as it sounds good to me. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, who are your biggest influencers?
Um, when I first started doing music, A Boogie was definitely one of my biggest influences. Cause me being from New York, he's from the Bronx, I'm from the Bronx, so I loved A Boogie. I wanted to sound just like him. I wanted to be like the female version of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I got into the rap game, I started looking at other artists and stuff and how I started to mimic them because like I said, when I growing up, I didn't really listen to rap. So I started to listen to people like Tupac. I started to listen to people like Biggie, Lauryn Hill, stuff like that. Like people are like, listen to these people because I feel like if you listen to these people, if you study them, you're gonna be just like them. I started looking at people like Nicki. I know a lot of people don't really like Nicki, but Nicki, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all and be like, I like somebody from the 90s. Like Nicki's my generation, so I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say Nicki's not my favorite. But like Nicki is my favorite because she's a female, like, and like her like words are like the way she like say certain lines and punchlines is crazy to me, and I'm not at that level yet, but like I love rappers that can do certain punchlines. Like it's just crazy to me. Like, but I listen to all types of people like J. Cole, Kendrick, Busta Rhymes, all of that. Like I just love it.
Yeah. Do you like Doja Cat?
I love Doja Cat. People used to, it's crazy. People used to say I sounded like her. It was crazy. And I was like, oh, I feel so good because I love Doja. I said Doja Cat. I love Doja Cat. Like, she's like the, low-key, the new Nicki Minaj, low-key. So I love her.
I think she's the closest of all the female artists.
For sure. And she's so versatile. But now that you say Doja Cat, it reminded me of that song Best Friend with Saweetie. I love Saweetie. I really love Saweetie. Like, she bling, all of that. Like, I'm not bling because, I low-key, I did not grow up like that. But, like, once I get to that point, I want to be best friends with her.
Yeah.
Like, she's just
her marketing team is
dope.
Outrageous. Yeah.
For sure. Like, it's crazy to me because I was literally, like, looking at her music, and I was like, people keep making fun of her and stuff, but they're not even realizing that the music that she's making is commercial music. And commercial music is going to get you, like, money and bread, but people don't think about stuff like that because I always look at it like that and stuff. And based off, like, what y'all be teaching me, the QTG be teaching me, I'm like, yeah, this is a business move right here. Like, I just be studying it. So it's like when some people don't understand that, though.
Right. So what are, like, the biggest lessons you've had to learn in your career so far?
It's crazy you asked me that because as soon as I started my career, I noticed that, like, when you're going up, you're going to have people switch up on you, but I had to learn that quick. I didn't think that was going to happen until later on, but as soon as you go up, certain people stop supporting you. Certain people stop talking to you. So my advice to anyone that's going through that, whether it's music, whether you're trying to, like, if you're just trying to go up in life, don't think too much about what people have to say. If somebody's not rocking with you no more, then they were not meant to be in your life. So just keep on moving, and that's what I learned.
Facts. That's good.
For sure.
As an artist here in Columbus, what are some of your biggest obstacles you think so far?
My biggest obstacles right now, I'm trying to connect with other artists in Columbus, but I feel like because I haven't been here in that long, because what I noticed with a lot of artists in Columbus, they seem to know each other and they seem to grow up with each other, but I didn't grow up with you guys. So it's like I'm trying to connect with them and stuff like that, but it's like it's low-key hard because it's like I didn't grow up with you guys. I don't really know certain stuff about like Columbus and stuff like that, like certain certain showcases and stuff, certain DJs and stuff. I don't know any of that. I'm still trying to make those connections and stuff like that. So that's really my biggest obstacle, is just trying to connect with other artists and stuff like
Awesome.
that. Yeah.
That's good. How long have you been here?
So I moved here like 2018. So it's like 4 years now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let me see. Is there anything that you have that you know for sure you want to talk about?
Like music-wise?
Okay.
Oh, I do got a showcase coming up. It's actually QTG. It's going to be on June 16th. So there's going to be like PowerPoints, and it's not even just me performing. It's like all of the QTG artists performing. So that's going to be lit. That's going to be fire. It's just $30 for a ticket. So
$30 for a ticket. And where is it at?
Oh, I'm sorry.
She knows.
So it's $30 for a ticket, and it's gonna be at Scully's Diner. You can buy the ticket online if you actually go on Instagram or Facebook, the QTG. We have the link for it on Eventbrite, I think. Yeah, there's a link for it, awesome. So you can just buy it.
All right, everybody, step out on June 16th to hear Jusfatou.
Period.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
For sure. Thank you for interviewing me.
Of course. It was a pleasure. I'm super glad we got to do this.
Thank you.
I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white gold. This only happens in Ohio.